want to talk to you about something that makes a lot of us uncomfortable, something that we're all afraid of, something that we spend our entire lives trying to avoid. I want to talk to you about pain. See, pain is so difficult to avoid, and when it comes, it's so hard to get away from. But I'm going to present this crazy idea to you. Why run from something that you can master? And I know that sounds crazy, but you have to understand that pain is probably one of the greatest teachers you'll ever meet. One of the best partners you'll ever have the pleasure of working with. You see, pain will show you things, teach you things that you simply will never, ever in your life be able to learn while you're happy. Or better yet, while you're comfortable. And I'm not saying go looking for it, but when it comes, because it will come, don't run. Don't hide it or hide from it. Master it. See, naturally, because what it comes with, we look at pain as the bad guy in the equation. See, there's a scripture in the Bible that used to throw me off so much. It's Matthew, chapter 5, verse 4. It says, "Blessed are those that mourn, for they shall be comforted." Now, this is Jesus talking to his disciples. And for the life of me, I could never understand that scripture, that statement. Why, on earth, would you say that mourning is a blessing? Why would you tell me that being in pain is a good thing? I just couldn't get it. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to ask God, what do you call that? Is this some sick, twisted game where you just enjoy seeing us suffer? You're literally trying to tell me that mourning is good news, that pain is good news, and that I'm blessed for it. I couldn't get to the second part of the statement because I was so stuck on avoiding, trying to make sense of the first part, trying to make sense of the pain, that I missed the second part where he says, "For they shall be comforted." Now we're going to come back to this, but I want to talk about someone else that just baffles me. His name is Job. Now, if you haven't read about Job, I want you to go read it. You see if you can get through the first 3 chapters without being overwhelmed with frustration and sympathy. Anyone who knows anything about Job knows that if there was anyone in the Old Testament that suffered pain, it was him. I would go so far as to argue that second only to Jesus Christ himself, Job endured the most pain out of anyone in the entire Bible. And when you read it, you see Job going through this hellhole of a season. And in the middle of it, Job's wife comes to him and he says, "Why are you holding on to your integrity? Just curse God and die." And what she's saying is, just give up, Job. Just die. But not just for the sake of giving up. She wants him to escape the pain. She wants him to run. And Job's response to his wife is so brave, so profound. It's just so amazing. He says, "You are speaking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble also?" See, Job understood. Job got it. Job understood that pain is part of it. It's part of the story. And pain at times is so hard for us to come to face with because we feel like we don't deserve it. Like someone promised us that we won't ever have to experience it. And so more than the good things that ever happen to us, the painful things surprise us because somewhere down the road we convinced ourselves that we don't want to have anything to do with it. You will never find peace, never find yourself in a hospital unless you experience some form of pain, some form of trouble, as Job put it. Unless you have wounds, unless you are open enough to accept that you're in pain, you will never, ever make your way to that doctor's office. But when you go in, when you go get checked out, there's this person there that's waiting on you. He's already there and he's just smiling, introducing himself almost as if he expected you. And then you follow this man to a room and he asks you what's wrong, but he doesn't seem surprised. Like he already knew, he was just waiting for you to tell him. And then he exposes your wound, your pain. He puts it in the open and gets a good look at it. and he starts to treat it. But here's the part that I don't want you to miss. You will rarely ever see a doctor treat your wounds in silence. He starts making jokes with you, telling you stories. He even gives you prescriptions, gives you ideas and plans for the future. He isn't just healing you, he's nursing you. Because when you go to his office, you don't just get the healing, you get the doctor. And the only way you'll ever get there is if you're open enough with your wounds to allow him in. And that's what Jesus is saying to his disciples. He's saying, blessed are those that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are those that are injured. Blessed are you that are in pain, for you shall see the doctor. See, pain is a reality. So your pain is your reality. But just align that pain with truth. See it for what it is. Look it in the eyes and say, I see you. I feel you. But I'm not running from you anymore. I'm here to master you.